Hello, I'm Louise, and this is the Out of Print Audiobooks request list for January 2025. You can probably hear in my voice that I caught a cold over Christmas, so sorry you have to listen to that for the duration of this video. This video is being recorded in late December 2024, so some of the most recent requests may not be included this time. The request list contains the out of print audiobooks that my viewers have asked me to find and upload to this channel. If you would like to request an out of print audiobook, you can leave a comment under any video and I will see what I can do. The first thing I have to say as we enter this new year is a huge thank you to those who have actually sent audiobooks to me so that they can be uploaded to the channel. I cannot tell you how grateful I am, and I look forward to sharing the titles with other listeners. There are currently over 120 titles on this list. If you have any of the audiobooks that I haven't already tracked down and would like to share them with me, you can email me at arrow.youtube@hotmail.co.uk. Some people were emailing me and the emails were going straight into my junk folder, so if you don't receive a reply from me within a week, please feel free to add a comment on any video to nudge me into checking my email more carefully. If you would like to contribute towards the purchasing of any of these audiobooks, you can make a donation via the Ko-fi page, ko-fi.com/out-of-print-audiobooks. While we're here, let me just remind you to check that you're actually subscribed to this channel. My channel analytics tell me that only 14% of the people leaving comments requesting audiobooks are actually subscribed. It also tells me that the majority of those who are subscribed fall into the same age demographic as me. So to misquote Lenny Wozniak, how do you do, fellow millennials? Let's start with the requests that have been found but copyright claimed. As a result, these can't be uploaded to the channel. Susan Cooper, King of Shadows, read by Jim Dale. Lynn Reed Banks, The Indian in the Cupboard, read by the author. Judy Bloom, Iggy's House, read by Susanna Fellows. Now the titles that have been found and will be uploaded over the coming months. If there are titles from this section that you are particularly looking forward to hearing, let me know in the comments and I will see if I can upload them sooner. By the time this video goes out, the uploads for January will already have been scheduled, so your comments and suggestions will pave the way for February. Lynn Reed Banks, The Indian in the Cupboard titles 3 to 6, provided they're not copyright claimed. Roald Dahl, Kiss Kiss, read by Edward Petherbridge. Roald Dahl, The Witches, read by Judy Bennett. Roald Dahl, Rhyme Stew, read by Pam Ferris. Anne Fine, The Tulip Touch, unabridged edition, read by Rula Lenska. Anne Fine, Goggle Eyes, read by Jane Asher. Anne Fine, Flower Babies, read by Richard Mitchley. H.E. Bates, Fair Stood the Wind for France, read by Janet McTeer. Alex Garland, The Coma, read by Matthew McFadden. Gerald Seymour, A Line in the Sand, read by Anthony Head. Roald Dahl, The BFG, read by Geoffrey Palmer. Kenneth Grahame, The Wind in the Willows, read by John Baddeley. David Henry Wilson, Do Gerbils Go to Heaven, read by Andy Crane. David Henry Wilson, Never Steal Wheels from a Dog, read by Andy Crane. Geraldine McCaughrean, Stories from Shakespeare, read by James Wilby. Henrietta Branford, Space Baby, read by Prunella Scales. Kay Umansky, Pong Whiffy and the Spellivision Song Contest, read by Prunella Scales. Kay Umansky, Pong Whiffy, Back on Track, read by Prunella Scales. Humphrey Carpenter, Shakespeare Without the Boring Bits, read by Carol Boyd. Humphrey Carpenter, More Shakespeare Without the Boring Bits, read by Carol Boyd. Evelyn Waugh, Brideshead Revisited, read by Nigel Havers. Nigel Hinton, Beaver Towers, The Witch's Revenge, read by Nigel Lambert. Nigel Hinton, Beaver Towers, The Dangerous Journey, read by Nigel Lambert. Christina Henry, Alice, read by Jenny Sterling. Roald Dahl, The Magic Finger, read by Anne Clements. Roald Dahl, Matilda, read by Jolie Richardson. Helen Nicole, Meg and Mog, read by Maureen Lipman. Walt Disney Storytime Collection, all cassettes. She Children's Classics, Anne of Green Gables, dramatised. She Children's Classics, The Railway Children, dramatised. Terence Blacker, No Magic Please, read by Helen Lederer. Other titles in Terence Blacker's Ms. Wiz series, read by Susie Aitchison. Leon Garfield, Macbeth, read by Simon Russell Beale. Leon Garfield, A Midsummer Night's Dream, read by Claire Higgins. Leon Garfield, Romeo and Juliet, read by Claire Higgins. Frank Richards, The Billy Bunter series, read by Martin Jarvis. Muriel Spark, The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie, read by Geraldine McEwen. W. E. Johns, Biggles Defies the Swastika, read by Tim Pigott-Smith. Dorothy Edwards, My Naughty Little Sister's Friends, read by Jan Francis. Modwina Sedgwick, Galdora the Ragdoll, read by Barbara Bliss. C.S. Lewis, The Chronicles of Narnia series, dramatised by Focus on the Family. Next are the audiobooks that are currently available for me to purchase, least expensive to most expensive. If you would like to contribute towards the cost of any of these audiobooks, you can make a donation via the Ko-fi page mentioned earlier, which is linked in the description. Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, read by Celia Johnson, £4. Eva Rice, The Lost Art of Keeping Secrets, read by Rosamund Pike, £4. Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility, read by Miranda Richardson, £5. Emily Bronte, Wuthering Heights, read by Prunella Scales and Timothy West, £6. Anthony Trollope, Barchester Towers, read by Nigel Hawthorne, £6. Dick Francis, Proof, read by Charles Dance, £7. Wilkie Collins, The Moonstone, read by Michael Pennington, Terence Hardiman and Carol Boyd, £8. Dick Francis, Come Back, read by Colin Firth, £8. Michael Rosen, You Can't Catch Me, read by the author, £17. Elizabeth Buchan, Light of the Moon, read by Stella Gonnet, £18. Rosamund Pilcher, The End of Summer, read by Stella Gonnet, £21. Paula Danziger, The Pistachio Prescription, read by the author, £23. Jill Barklam, Bramley Hedge series, dramatised, £25. Roald Dahl, The Wonderful World of Henry Sugar, read by David Suchet, £27. A. A. Milne, Winnie the Pooh, read by Lionel Jeffries, £40. Roald Dahl, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, read by Robert Powell, £41. Alice Walker, Possessing the Secret of Joy, read by the author, £41. A. A. Milne, The House at Pooh Corner, read by Lionel Jeffries, £60. Elizabeth Buchan, Against Her Nature, read by Stella Gonnet, £70. Daphne du Maurier, I'll Never Be Young Again, read by Jonathan Firth, £70. Roald Dahl, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, read by Jonathan Cecil, £75. C.S. Lewis, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, read by Andrew Sachs, £87. Brian Sibley, Shadowlands, read by David Suchet, £90. Frances Hodgson Burnett, The Secret Garden, read by Carol Boyd, £124. Lastly, the unavailable requests. These are the ones that I have been unable to find anywhere. These are in most recently requested to oldest order. Evelyn Waugh, Vile Bodies, read by Nathaniel Parker, Amelia Fox and Tobias Menzies. Catherine Cookson, Kate Hannigan, read by Juliet Stevenson. Peter Fleming, One's Company, read by James Wilby. Agatha Christie, The Labours of Hercules, read by John Woodvine. Agatha Christie, Third Girl, read by John Woodvine. Lao Tse, Tao Te Ching, read by Carol Boyd and John Rowe. Ira Levin, Rosemary's Baby, read by Peter Marinka. Michael Rosen, The Michael Rosen Rap, read by the author. Michael Rosen, Right Class 6, read by the author. John Marsden, Looking for Trouble. Gary Kilworth, The Drowners, read by Christian Rodsker. William Gibson, Virtual Light, read by Peter Weller. 8 Biggles titles by W.E. Johns, read by Tim Pigott-Smith. Brian Moore, The Lonely Passion of Judith Hearn, read by Francis Tomelty. Helen Cresswell, Lizzie Dripping and the Witch, read by Patricia Rutledge. Joyce Stranger, The Running Foxes, read by Elizabeth Henry. C.S. Lewis, The Silver Chair and the Other Narnia Books, read by Andrew Sachs. Faye Sampson, Josh's Panther, read by Tony Robinson. Betsy Byas, Cracker Jackson, read by Kerry Shale. Roald Dahl, The Minpins, read by Joss Ackland. Burley Doherty, The Snakestone, read by Dermot Crowley. Terence Blacker, Time Flies for Ms. Wiz, read by Helen Lederer. Terence Blacker, Ms. Wiz Spells Trouble, read by Helen Lederer. Eleanor Porter, Pollyanna, read by Hannah Gordon. Mick Inkpen, Little Kipper's Story Collection, read by Martin Clunes. Enid Blyton, The Mystery of Holly Lane, dramatised. Anne Cameron, The Julian Stories, read by Peter Marinka. K. Umansky, Hammy House of Horror, read by Sandy Toksvig. K. Umansky, Wilma's Wicked Revenge, read by Sandy Toksvig. K. Umansky, Wilma's Wicked Spell, read by Sandy Toksvig. Lynn Reed Banks, The Fairy Rebel, read by the author. Philip Ridley, Casper in the Glitter, read by David Holt. Mary Stewart, The Arthurian Trilogy, read by Nicole Williamson. Michael Rosen, The Wicked Tricks of Till Owlyglass, read by the author. David Henry Wilson, Beside the Sea with Jeremy James, read by Andy Crane. Nicholas Fisk, Broops Down the Chimney, read by Andy Crane. Fiona Kelly, The Mystery Club series, read by Judith Boyd. Margaret Stewart Barry, Simon and the Witch, read by Elizabeth Spriggs. Nio Marsh, Scales of Justice, read by Belinda Lang. Pat Hutchins, The House That Sailed Away, read by Bridget Forsyth. Pat Hutchins, Follow That Bus, read by Griff Rhys-Jones. Justin Somper, Tide of Terror, read by Daniel Philpott. Jan Mark, Thunder and Lightnings, read by Andy Crane. Betsy Haynes, Teacher Creature, dramatised. Robert Leeson, The Demon Bike Rider, read by Kenneth Shanley. Nina Borden, The Peppermint Pig, read by Carol Boyd. Robert Leeson, Third Class Genie, read by Kenneth Shanley. Michael Mulpergo, Tom Sausage Lion, read by Philip Jackson. Jean Kemp, No Place Like, read by John Green. Mark Haddon, Agent Z Meets the Masked Crusader, read by Rory McGrath. Michael Mulpergo, Black Queen, read by Anton Lesser. Jean Kemp, Just Ferret, read by John Green. Jean Kemp, Juniper, read by Sarah Green. Jean Kemp, Gowie Corby Plays Chicken, read by John Green. John Antrobus, Help! I'm a Prisoner in a Toothpaste Factory, read by Spike Milligan. Rupert and the River Pirates, read by Judy Bennett. And those are all the requested audiobooks as of January 2025. Which titles are you most looking forward to listening to? Let me know in the comments, as it may affect the order in which I upload them. As I mentioned, if you have any of the audiobooks I can't find and you would like to share them with me, you can email me at arrow.youtube@hotmail.co.uk, or you can support Outprint Audiobooks via the Ko-fi page. I would take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy new year. Good luck with any resolutions you may have made, and I very much hope you enjoy the upcoming audiobooks. Goodbye for now.